So Conan, did you see this thing about this kid that posted that video, the Keaton Jones kid, where the mom was interviewing him and he was bullied and stuff? Did you see this?
No, I saw like a whole bunch of screenshots of it.
Right.
Okay, but so this kid is kind of like, he's got a kind of a little bit of a deformed face, he's like messed up. He tweeted a video of him crying and sobbing, and his mom talked about him being bullied. He talked about him being bullied.
Right.
Everybody that is somebody, like, jumped on this, and it's like the typical. I'm going to sound like the heel here because this is but I'm just telling you how I feel when I see stuff like this. It's like the kid's getting bullied. I guess he's like 10 years old. He's sobbing in the video. He's crying. Everybody and their mother's retweeting this. Oh, look how sad this is. Anti-bullying. We have to stop bullying.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens posted like a bunch of wrestlers.
Dana White.
White, he tweeted. Everybody and their mother retweeted it. Okay, and they're and then basically everybody's and their mother is talking about bullying and how bullying is bad. And I'm like, just to reiterate, my opinion on bullying is, if your kid is being bullied, okay, talking about it is the bullies don't give a shit about that. Okay, talking about bullying does not stop bullies. All right, the way to stop bullies, and the only proven method that's been done over the course of time, is to deal with bullies with violence. You need to teach your kid, if he's being bullied, to headbutt them in the nose, knee him in the balls, do something physical that will prevent these people from bullying, because they're not going to stop. They never do. That's why they're bullies. Today, I guess this Bellator fighter, what's the guy's name?
It's Joe Schilling.
It's Hughesy. Hello.
Joe Schilling.
Can you play that video that he posted today? Okay.
Pretty stupid right now, people. I was pretty moved by Keaton Jones's video, so I reached out to his mom and was going to bring him out to L.A. and for a Bellator event that's coming up, big show, and introduce him to fighters, be his friend, And she just wants money. She just wants me to share her GoFundMe account. And I asked what the GoFundMe account for. What is it for? And she said, oh, well, Christmas is coming and I'm a single mother and blah, blah, blah. Money's tight, whatever. That's not, you make your own judgment on that, but sad.
So the thing was just a work, basically, from the get-go. And I'm like, and I just thought it was funny how, like, it's like we're just in such a society that just revels in sympathy for victimhood. You know what I'm saying? That we don't really like. I don't know. I just don't.
What do you think of that, Shane?
What do you think, Shane?
I think it's weird that you said you're going to sound like a heel, because you sound like an asshole right now. I'm going to tell you. If you got any kind of damn humanity at all, and you see a little child with tears running down his eyes, I mean, he had a cleft palate, so Conan, where you got the cleft palate, and sometimes you see people have a scar on their lip, and sometimes that deforms.
And I was listening to it while we were talking, and he was saying, why do they make fun of my nose? And
Yeah, because when you have the cleft palate, sometimes that damages the nasal passageways and all that too. And so, man, especially if you're a parent and you see that, like, that's going to make you feel bad, because it's going to make you think, what if it happened to your kid? Now, talking to a bully might not help, but if a parent sees that, a parent might talk to his kids and try to get them to not be bullies. Not necessarily the guys that have bullied this little kid, but at least you can try to keep your kids from being assholes. So in that way, talking does help. I will say that punching a bully in the face, that does help too. That has helped me throughout my life, but not everybody can do that.
But let me ask you a question. Is that really something that we'll ever be able to get rid of? Because that just seems like, how could you ever,
You're never going to get rid of it, but that doesn't mean you don't stop fighting. That doesn't mean you give up on it. It's always going to be, human beings are massively the worst thing that have ever happened to this planet. So it's always going to be a battle for us to be good people, because it's in our nature to be assholes. And I'm saying that, evidently, because that's what we see. So, it's always going to be hard to get people to be good sometimes, the bad ones. So there's nothing wrong with everybody retweeting it and doing all of this. But now it's come to light that the mom isn't a good person, and she's
she's just trying to get paid.
Right. She's trying to get paid, but there's also all this kind of like racial things that she's being, whether it's true or not, it seems that. But you can't blame the kid for that either. It's not his fault what's being put into his head from his mom.
Yeah.
So it can be that she's wrong and he's still right. Both of those things could have happened, because if you're that young and you're having a racial slur, it's coming from your parents or somebody around you.
Now, is it possible, because you said that she could be wrong and the kid's right, is it possible that Disco's always wrong? Nothing?
Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt, it's always wrong.
No, but it's also possible that I'm always right.
No,
never.